Emmanuel, Yankees really haven't missed him on the field. But still, I mean, this is Gerrit Cole we're talking about. What's the excitement level for his return?
Excitement level through the roof, because you mentioned it. The starting rotation hasn't missed a beat, which I think nobody expected entering the year. You thought you'd at least feel Cole's absence a little bit. Yankees haven't felt it at all. And yeah, he still has the impact in the clubhouse, and he mentors along some of these other starting pitchers. But there have been no blips in the radar in this Yankee starting rotation. But I don't even look at it like you're adding the reigning Cy Young to this dominant rotation so far. Yeah, that's a factor, but think about the worry before the season. Are the Yankees going to be without Gerrit Cole for a year and a half? Will he get Tommy John surgery? Will the Yankees have this massive blow before the season even begins? Now Gerrit Cole's at a stage where before he was even going on a rehab assignment, he was being reminded by Matt Blake, the pitching coach, like, don't throw 97 miles an hour in your first live session. He's in such a good spot now where it's just a normal build-up as if he's in spring training. And that is such a far departure from where we were in the spring when you didn't know if Cole would pitch at all this year. So I'm focused more on that and Cole himself than the entirety of this big picture for the Yankees.
Yeah, you want to see how he looks starting with these rehab games. He's obviously feeling good, or they wouldn't send him out there. But now he's going to be in these situations where he's going to start to amp it up a little bit, and you want to see him stay healthy and see everything looking good, the fastball and the breaking stuff. But you're right. I mean, listen, they haven't missed him, but the Schmidt's hurt now, so and you know they're going to miss him at some point with injuries and everything else. And you want this guy basically to start building to be ready for the postseason, because that's what, as Sal said, that's what it's going to be all about for this team. And if he can be the guy he's always been, and he's still going to be your #1 guy going into the postseason.
Yeah, I mean, he's Gerrit Cole, was the best pitcher last year. I think you bring up a great point, though, Emmanuel, because there was a point in the year where we're thinking, or in the preseason, Yankees could be without their ace. So, Hannah, does the return of Gerrit Cole now make the Yankees the clear best team in all of Major League Baseball?
They're certainly in the best spot in all of baseball. I mean, it's really interesting because what it made me think of in some ways was the Phillies. The Phillies currently have the best starting rotation ERA in baseball. The Yankees have the second best starting rotation ERA in baseball. And recently I was watching a Phillies game. Ranger Suarez got hit by a comebacker. He's been incredible. They took him out. Precautionary. He seems like he's going to be fine. At that time, they already knew that they had gotten off to an incredibly hot start as a team, that they were probably headed to the postseason, that they wanted to, act safely and conservatively with their best pitcher. Emmanuel, to your point, the Yankees did not know that they were going to get off to such an incredible start and have the chance to be cautious with Cole, to let him build up naturally. They very well could have gotten off to a bad start because they were missing the reigning Cy Young Award winner, and that would have put them in a much more stressful spot. I thought this was interesting, just like a couple of teams who are missing key pitchers who are getting off to difficult starts because of that. So the Braves, one supposed to be maybe the best team in baseball. Spencer Strider goes down. Their starting pitching ERA now is 11th in baseball. The Rangers, they're missing DeGrom, they're missing Scherzer. They're the reigning champions. Their starting pitching ERA is 8th in baseball. The Rays, who are always so good, they have a bunch of starters on the IL. McClanahan, Rasmussen, Jeffrey Springs. They have the 21st best starting pitching ERA in baseball. So maybe this does make the Yankees the best team in baseball, but certainly to have the second best starting rotation ERA in baseball, to be in first, to be in such a good spot, to have such a good record, and then to be able to add Cole back to that, to take your time building him back up, is a really enviable position for a team to be.
Yeah, I mean, you could not be in a better spot, to your point. All right, Emmanuel, assuming no setbacks here, when can we expect to see Cole back with the big club?
Yeah, I think most people would hope, okay, a couple of rehab starts and then you're targeting maybe the next road trip, KC and Boston. I think that's a little bit ambitious because you talked precautionary, Hannah. Yankees aren't in a spot where they're like motoring to get Cole back in the picture. You're not in a spot where you're 500, hovering around 500, hovering around a wild card spot. No, you're riding high and you're the best team in the American League, arguably the best team in baseball. So I think if you get the 45, 50 pitches off without a hitch tonight, you get him another start to build himself back up, then you head on to the next road trip with an eye on, okay, do we want Cole's first start at the big league level to be 80, 85 pitches or all the way built up to 95 or 100? You can make that determination next week. So I think the most realistic is probably that homestand where they play the Orioles, battle for first place, and then the Braves, maybe against Baltimore. You unleash your weapon, your reigning Cy Young in Gerrit Cole. So I would say 2 rehab starts and then you start to target it. But I don't think until the next homestand after this one, you're really looking at a return.